everybody, I'm Rick, Senior Marketing Coach with Universal Accounting, and here I've got Roger Connect.
Hi there.
We want to talk about building rapport because it's a very important part of the sales process, and it's one that really should take up the majority of your time in that process. Here's the deal. People like to do business with other people who they have a connection to.
That's right.
And the more connection they have with you, the stronger the connection they have with you, the more likely they are to do business with you, the more likely they are to refer other people to do business with you.
Exactly.
So it's highly important for you to be able to have the building rapport process nailed down. Now, Roger, is there a process that they can go through to sort of
Certainly
get that
is.
taken care of?
Now, one of the things you have to understand is some people refer to this as building rapport, as you've already mentioned. Some people will say building relationships of trust. It's whatever you feel represents your connection with that other individual. And we have these with our children, with our families, with our spouses, with our business associates. And so those relationships are what bind us. Now, one of the things that I like to stress, like you said, is we like doing business with people we like and that we have things in common with. So what are those steps to building rapport? Now, the one thing I always point out as I start this explanation is to realize this is something that can take very short periods of time, like one interaction, and for some instances it could be over a few interactions, meaning a few weeks, few months, but either way, follow the same simple process, and it's simply this. 1 is family, 2, occupation, 3, recreation, and then the 4th thing is your message. So to break it down into an acronym, it's FORM, F-O-R-M. Now, this is something that a colleague of mine, Jeff Stone, teaches. He's done an excellent job introducing this, and so I'd like to basically take and expound on that right now. So let's go ahead and talk about family, then occupation, recreation, and message. So when you first meet someone, Rick, what you're going to do is do what everyone wants to do. Talk about your family. Who's important in your life? Your children, your spouse. Ask about them. People like to talk about who? Themselves, right?
And I think one of the mistakes that we make a lot of time when we go in there, we tend to talk more about ourselves. And the important thing is instead show interest in another person and get to know them, and you start off with
Exactly. There's a very common phrase in business, and I believe it's Stephen Covey, that says people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so what we want to do is show interest in them. Listen, it's kind of like this. You've got 2 ears, 1 mouth, so use them accordingly. Twice as much listen. So what we want to do is first ask about their family. Now, it's not this 5 questions, inquisition, are you married, do you have children? It's more the casual. So do you have any children? You know, how old are they? What do they do? Where do they go to school? And it's that thing that just loosens up the conversation and gets them talking. Now, once they're to the point that they're actually talking about their family, they may ask you about yours. Now you can see that you're actually building that relationship, right?
Absolutely.
Now, the next part is occupation. What we want to do with occupation is find out what do they do for a living? What do they enjoy doing for their business or for their work? And if what we can do is kind of find out about them and what they do for a living, we're going to do a great job opening that next transition into ourselves here in a moment.
And it might be as easy as just getting them to take you on sort of a tour of their business or whatever if you happen to be there.
Yeah, this might be show me some of your products or show me around the company. Any of those things are very appropriate. Now, after you've got the family and then the occupation, the next thing is going to be recreation. Everybody has hobbies or things they like to do in their spare time. Maybe you don't have a lot of it, but when you do, what do you do? And this is where you're going to find in family, occupation, and recreation things you have in common, things you can relate to. Even if you don't do it, you've got a brother-in-law that does it, a best friend that does it, and that will build that relationship. Once you're building that rapport with the form, that leaves you last to the message. And that's your 30-second commercial. They're going to ultimately ask you, if not when occupation was being discussed, at this point, so what do you do? And that's where we're going to be able to say, well, I'm a successful accountant, I'm a successful bookkeeper, I'm a successful tax preparer, and in fact, I'm currently taking on new clients. And you'll be able to elaborate then, as we teach you in your 30-second commercial, which is an entirely different subject, how to properly present your services so that they'll have an interest in what it is you do.
Absolutely. So again, it's highly important to have that building rapport strategy set down. Building rapport is universal, and so is success.
So is success, yes. That only makes sense, right? There you go. Take care and have a great day.
Thanks.